Being home alone is supposed to feel safe, but imagine hearing slow footsteps in your attic at midnight, or your doorbell rings at 1 a.m., but no one is there. Then you get a text. Try the backyard door. These aren't ghost stories. These aren't made up. These are 3 true stories that happen to people, just like you. So lock your doors and listen closely. I live alone in a small house in upstate New York. The area's quiet, barely any traffic, surrounded by woods. Peaceful until it wasn't. It started one Thursday night. I was watching a documentary with the lights off. Around 11:45 p.m., I heard it, a faint creak coming from the ceiling. I paused the TV. Silence. Then it came again. Creak, creak. My first thought was a raccoon or a squirrel in the attic, but the sounds, they were heavy, slow, like footsteps. I stood up and walked into the hallway. That's when I saw it. The attic door was slightly open. I hadn't opened it, ever. I don't even own a ladder tall enough to reach. My heart started racing. I called my neighbor, Rick. He's a big guy, ex-military. He came over with a ladder and a flashlight. He climbed up and scanned the attic. "Yo," he whispered. "There's someone's been living up here." There was a blanket, a fast food bag, and a notebook. Inside were sketches, drawings of me, sitting on the couch, sleeping, brushing my teeth, all from different angles. We found a small vent. It faced directly into my bedroom. The police came. They searched the crawl space and surrounding woods, but found nothing. They think someone had been secretly living there for weeks, maybe longer. They never caught him. The attic door is still nailed shut, but sometimes at night I still hear creaking. And I don't check anymore, because I'm terrified I'll find it open again. This happened when I was 16. My parents were out of town for a few days, and I was excited to have the house to myself. Everything was fine, until one night, around 1:20 a.m., the doorbell rang. I was in the living room watching YouTube. It startled me. Who rings a doorbell this late? I looked through the peephole. No one. I turned off the lights and stayed silent. Maybe it was a prank. Then my phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number. "Why didn't you answer?" I didn't respond. I just stared at the screen. Then another ring. This time 3 short chimes in a row. I crept to the kitchen and grabbed a knife. I peeked out the side window. Still nothing. Then another message. "Try the backyard door." I swear, I almost passed out. I walked toward the back. The motion light was on. The door. Not locked anymore, just slightly open. I slammed it shut and ran to my room, locked the door, and called 911. The police arrived 8 minutes later. They found footprints all around the house and on the upstairs balcony, like someone had climbed up and stood there watching. One of the officers asked if I'd heard of something called the doorbell game. He said some people do it for fun, not to rob you, but to mess with your mind. Ring the bell, vanish, wait, see how long it takes you to panic. Sometimes they escalate. Sometimes they come back. They never caught whoever it was. But I'll never forget that message. Try the backyard door. Last year, my girlfriend and I moved into a new apartment. It wasn't fancy, but it was clean, cheap, and came fully furnished. After the first week, she started getting creeped out. She said she'd hear clicking sounds at night, like a camera shutter. I brushed it off until one night she noticed a red blink coming from the smoke detector in the guest room. I grabbed a chair, climbed up, and opened it. Inside wasn't a smoke detector. It was a hidden camera. There was a micro SD card inside. I immediately called the cops. They came and did a sweep of the whole apartment, found 2 more hidden cameras, one behind a vent, one above our bed. They confiscated the SD card. The footage showed different tenants, sleeping, changing clothes, cooking. Then it showed us. The footage was being overwritten daily. One clip showed a man, maybe the landlord, adjusting the camera, looking right into it, smiling. The police traced the camera setup to a guy who managed 3 other properties nearby. They found cameras in every single one. He was arrested. But for days, I couldn't shake the feeling that we'd been watched. Not just watched, studied. Now, every new place we move into, we tear apart every smoke detector and vent, because once you realize someone was watching you sleep, you never sleep the same again. The scariest part of these stories isn't that they happened. It's that they could happen to anyone, even you.